The rumors of silver's demise are greatly exaggerated. That might be a bit overdramatic, but there are some that feel that silver is languishing when it doesn't perform like we think it should. But it had a good day today. But there is some concerns with regards to silver and silver stacking. We're going to talk about that in this video as we explore. Silver has comfortably recaptured the $30 mark yet again today, only dipping slightly earlier in the day to comfortably staying above $30 as we watch all of the metals go up in price today. In fact, silver was the weakest performer of all the metals today, but it is still up over a third of a percentage point now moments before the markets close. It is sitting at $30.10 with a high of $30.44. Gold is up over a half a percentage point, up $13.50. And the platinum group metals are also up double digits today. And rhodium was a big winner of the day. It's up almost 4% today. Pretty radical move there for rhodium. But what's behind gold and silver? Well, mainly silver today is quite interesting because we have seen a lot that have affected these markets in the past. And now today, Reuters is reporting what's happening with the job market. It has been the biggest driver for silver's move today, in spite of a strong dollar. Gold prices paired earlier gains, pressured by a strengthening dollar and treasury yields after rising. U.S. job openings signaled diminishing odds of large rate cuts by the Federal Reserve. So the longer that these rates stay kind of where they're at, well, that means that likely we're going to see gold and silver continue to think about going up here after these jobs numbers. Can we really trust the jobs numbers though? And we've seen that they had to revise and their largest ever last year. It's kind of crazy. So that could change the calculus in the other direction, which could mean lower gold and silver prices moving forward. But if there is a dip, and there likely will be, in fact, I can almost bet on it, that's a good time to consider making a purchase. And as you're shopping around for the best deals out there, consider Summit Metals. They have a lot of sales going on right now for gold and silver. So check them out, summitmetals.com. Now, as we watch what happens with these markets with the price of gold and silver, as I've reported on, well, there's a lot of things happening, and there's a lot of other things we have to consider. Stronger than expected job openings, along with strong services, ISM, all indicate that the economy is strong. But there is this lingering threat of inflation that will keep the Fed on hold, perhaps through March, said Peter Grant, vice president and senior metal strategist at Zaner Metals. And I don't really buy this idea that we're in a strong economy. I think we're teetering along, but there's still a lot of that's been injected into the economy by the government. And government spending is really what's propping a lot of this up, as well as the stock market. And that is not going to change until there's a reform. And will Doge be the reform that's needed to really invigorate the true economy? Well, the jury's still out on that, and we'll see how all that goes. But the dollar index was up as well, following data that showed a stable jobs market and a service sector that remains robust, suggesting that the Fed will likely slow the pace of its rate-cutting cycle, which really doesn't change anything from before, but now it's kind of cementing in that case. And data showed that U.S. job openings unexpectedly increased in November, although hiring slowed. Job openings rose 259,000 to 8.09 million by the last day of November. Uncertainty surrounding the tariff policy and the run-up to Trump's inauguration on January the 20th has fueled concerns about future moves in monetary policy. Investors have been pricing in a scenario where proposed tariffs could inflame U.S. inflation. Although I have to correct them every single time a major media source says this. Tariffs do not cause inflation. It's government spending that is the impetus of it. Inflation is the disease, and the cause of it is government spending, limiting Fed's ability to cut rates and thereby pressuring gold. and silver as well too. Silver certainly is reacting. And by the way, stay tuned, because later in the video I'm going to show you two new pieces of silver that I got today. One very well may be triggering to some of you. Stay tuned to find out what that is going to be. Now, while bullion is considered a hedge against inflation, high rates reduced the non-yielding assets appeal. So as long as rates stay kind of where they are, we could see a little bit more pressure on gold and silver. But there's other things and other factors that weigh on them as well too. Bond yields and also the prospect, especially for silver, considering it performed not as well as any of the other metals that are tracked on Kitco. We could still see some upside for silver in a good economic situation, because demand will be there for products and services that require silver. So don't rule that out for silver. This is why I think it's going to be a good year for silver, really, in a sense, no matter what. Now, China's central bank added gold to its reserve in December for a second straight month, according to official data. As we that is something that we're going to see what's play out in terms of gold, which will reflect upon silver as well. China is a development likely to lend continued support for gold's price, and I think silver will benefit from that as well. So there it is. Now, as we continue to navigate these markets, one thing is for sure, something that's very hard to really pin down is the physical bullion market. How do really you track purchases of silver and gold? And utilizing mostly U.S. Mint data and other mint data as to how much has been sold directly from those mints. The United States Mint is one of those institutions where we can get weekly sales data for bullion that is produced there. And the Silver Eagle is the most popular bullion coin on the planet, so it's a fairly good measure. But one other measure is local coin shops, anecdotal data from local coin shops. And most local coin shops are indeed buying from customers. They're doing more buying than selling. And I got an anecdotal example for you that I had today, which was a little concerning, if you want me to be honest. Concerning because as more and more people sell their bullion, that means they have less for themselves. Now, in this one instance where my local coin shop essentially bought about 900 to 1,000 ounces of silver in one day, some of it, though, has been purchased years and years and years ago. You know, well over 20, 25 years ago. So maybe that person was just at the end and retiring, or has retired and wants to cash out, and they saw a nice little uptick in silver's price above $30 and thought, well, this is a good time to cash in. And some people, you know, they end up doing that themselves for retirement or for other needs. Others will pass it along to their heirs, to their offspring. Generational wealth transfer. I think that's a beautiful thing about silver. Now, others indeed are selling, such as the other half of this. You know, they just brought a whole bunch of silver in. People, you know, some people are tired of the silver market, the stagnancy and the volatility in the silver market. They just want out. They don't want to deal with it. And I understand that frustration. I've been there, but I've been stacking long enough to understand and know that the longer you hold, the better off you're going to be able to navigate the volatility of the market. There will always be volatility in some form or level. Even through stagnant periods, you're going to see periods where the price moves up and down. And as you buy and make purchases, the more that it moves down, less likely you are able to really be able to not only get ahead, but even break even. And break even is what we should account for with silver. This is why I don't like to consider it an investment strategy. Stack to hold, stack in order to preserve your wealth, stack as a savings vehicle, stack with the long term in mind. That is the impetus of what silver is. It is a savings vehicle outside of the system. And I'm still in accumulation mode. I'm not buying a whole lot of silver, but I am buying notable amounts for sure. And today was one of those days. Well, you know what? As they had received a whole lot of silver in, I'm going to go ahead and make a purchase. There's only one other person there who was making a purchase as well too. And I was very, very fortunate to get this today. This is a $50. This is not what's going to trigger you. Although some people don't like constitutional silver, but I bought a nice little 1945 circulated, but it's still, most of the design is there. Very nicely done. To have a piece to the stack here of constitutional. I really like constitutional. It provides a good, I think the best way to accumulate fractional silver is getting constitutional. And so I got this from my local coin shop, and we'll add this to the stack of $half there. And Walking Liberty is my favorite design for the $half series of any that is out there. So there's that. And then the other piece I bought, which is definitely triggering, I saw on Mrs. Coin Crew's channel, I think several folks had showed this now, and this is the Trump Train bars. They happen to have this. It's like, wow, I've been seeing this on some of your other content creators out there, and this is just a very, very well done piece indeed. There's the Trump Train with the year 2024 on it, and a very, very nicely done piece indeed, with helicopter, the eagle, and the Donald Trump standing atop there holding the flag, with a cool background with smoke, and yes, indeed. I think that says Make America Great Again, but it's kind of hard to really make out here. I think that's what that says. I don't know if I can see that. I think, yeah, that is what that says. That's on the obverse. The reverse here has, together we will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. We will not fail. Our country will thrive and prosper again. Usually the tail end of a stump speech from the campaign. 1 ounce fine silver, the numbers 45 and 47 with the flag there. Very well done, very well executed piece. I'm not sure which mint makes this, but it's a reeded edge bar. Kind of reminds me of a Geiger bar, but a flatter, thinner version of it. But pleased to have this as part of the stack and collection, so there you go. All really in a sense to try to defeat the losing proposition of the dollar year after year. So there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. I hope you found this video informative, insightful, and educational. Would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.